All right, what up? So we got this fork. It's a RockShox Dart 3, and it don't work. The lockout just don't work. So we're gonna get it going. All right, now, you know, is this the first shock I've ever taken apart? Yeah, but guess what? We have YouTube. Like, since YouTube, you can do anything. I can do brain surgery in about 2 hours because of YouTube. So basically, but here, I don't have anything at the ready, and you're going to be like, shoot, you know what I mean? You don't have anything at the ready. Okay, but this lockout thing, well, did you even show the people how it don't work? I'm just gonna put a lot of weight on it, and it just don't move. You know what I mean? I don't know if you can see a darn thing. And then I'll just move it to there, put some weight on it. Like, it's just permanently locked out. That's what oh, see, there you go. So that's unlocked. So yes, tidy and then loosey. But that shock is just not working. Maybe we can get a little juice. Hey, we're getting a little bit more juice at it. You know what I mean? So maybe we're, and when we looked how these kind of worked, you got the oil bath right there or wherever. On the lockout side, that's what the guy showed. Because that's what you're locking out. You're locking out that orifice. And now the oil should flow through. And you're trying to get the oil from down there to up there. But it ain't flowing through. And then this must be the spring. So does that make sense? Like, you have a little piston right here, and it hits against the oil, and it can't because oil is incompressible. It just can't go. But there's a little orifice that makes the oil go up through an orifice and then squirt out into this upper chamber. You know what I mean? But if this is locked out, well, it can't. You're just pressing on incompressible oil. And then you open it up, and now that oil squishes through. So that's your slow shock, you know what I mean? Your 3 or 4 inches of travel. And then what pushes the oil back into the compartment? Well, you got a spring on this side that says, hell no, we need to be like, you know what I mean? You know, all separated, you know, all in the tallest thing. But anyway, that's kind of how and that's just my interpretation at this point in the game. Like I said, I've never taken apart one. And once I do take a couple apart, well, then I'll give you a better interpretation of what's going on here. But we got to get that C-clamp off, and I need a special tool. So where do I keep my special tools? Well, kind of the top drawer. It's a good place. This thing just has all sorts of special tools, and right off the bat, like, look at this. This is a thickness gauge. You know what I mean? Wire cutters. Well, darn it. I bet you I'm not going to be able to find the special tool. But you know what? This thing gets pretty full. So I have the second place the tools are. You don't want to have third or fourth places for tools. Else you'll just have to go into a dream and then figure out where you put them all. But up here, I have a bin. So not this one. It's probably got my name on it. Probably says David. It's not the seconds. It might be this. Oh, there you go. David Miscellaneous right here. This is a special bin of tools. So shoot, we were pretty close. You know what I mean? Tools for that tool that you use once from Harbor Freight. Oh, darn it. Where is it? Now it should be red, and it's not in here. So maybe, you know, I got a couple places to organize stuff. Like, I just got this, and the special tool is not in there. Man, okay, this is a bum deal. So we're kind of screwed on that tool. That's real interesting, because above that, so we have this top drawer, and my leg is going a little bit slower today. Hey, we have another row of special tools, but I do not see it. It would be red. Hey, look at that. That's a special tool. Just, you know what I mean? Hey, you got like a, you know, did a mouse crawl into your ear? A little baby mouse? We can get it out with that. Hey, chalk. Yeah, I needed some more chalk for climbing. We'll try again. Man, it is a bummer, because I usually have all my special tools And so now maybe you don't need a special tool. And that's what I'm gonna get at, is like, so here's the other place of just tools. Oh, this is such a bummer. Now maybe it was with the bike tools. I'm gonna go one more place and then just call it quits. Cause here's my bike tool. You know, here's a spanner, but this spanner is a real small one, like that. You ain't getting anything into there. So it was, that's what we're looking for. That was the tool. Hey, but we did have two of these. There was this one, and then there was another one. And my left knee is just totally, just real bad. It's real bad. But I just don't, I think this is just garbage stuff. Yeah, there's a couple things in there I might like, but not much else. Okay, this is not a good display of organization, but I did, this is crazy because I organized my stuff, and I'm going to show you where I organized some of it, and I'm going to show you that it might be, there it is, yeah. So I organized these tools a long time ago. I need to do things safely today. No fast movements. Okay, that's sturdy. Well, that was interesting, you know what I mean? The Mythbusters, I think it's the, you know what I mean? The skinnier guy, he's all about having special places for your tools. Well, they're special tools, but you also need a place that's not too crazy. You know what I mean? Because if you put, look at those, that's special. Big old, you know, special tools. Stuff that you're just going to use once. But if you don't know, let's just get to it. So now we got to take that off. And this is Harbor Freight. You don't want to spend too much money on special tools you just use once in your whole life. Unless you're going to damage that C-clip. But we better get good footage of it. You know what I mean? Because we are just going to remove it. Hell yeah. And we're just going to put that right there. And then put that right there. Okay, now we're just gonna, okay, so this is, so all the way down to there, and then just, I think we just peel it off. The guy in the video just kind of got in here and peeled it off. And I'm gonna put, you know, even if you're at the bike shop, you can mark people's stuff, especially if it's a useful mark. So we're gonna come in here. I mean, this is my brother's bike. I can do whatever I want to it. But at the end of the day, you just want stuff to go on just like it was. So we're just gonna do a mark right there. This is just a little punch. Okay, perfect. Whew, that's some soft metal. But hell, what? Maybe that was too much. Oh, that's just plastic. That's why. Hey, you can tell what. Yeah, that's just plastic. But yeah, that put a big old mark in it. And okay, so but check this out. Check this out. I'm gonna get my tool. Now, one of the best tools that you should just have at all times to measure stuff, because then you won't go back and forth trying to find the right wrench, is one of these guys. So it's probably millimeters, so we'll get it to millimeters. These things cost less than 20 bucks. I can't imagine I would want to spend more than 16. But I bet you Harbor Freight prices have gone up just a little bit. But we're just going to come in here and measure that. It's just a hex. So yeah, we got 11.75. And we'll see. Yeah, it's all zeroed out. So I don't know. That's kind of weird. The fraction of an inch. Yeah, that's even weirder. So yeah, we'll just have to go 12 millimeters. But the best thing about just buying a lot of wrenches from, you know, the pawn shops and well, garage sales. Garage sales are the best place. See, there's a 12, and here's like 3 different 12s. And I bet you don't put stuff in random spots. You got to get stuff back. That's just, I'm talking to myself. But yeah, I bet you, oh darn it, like one of these is gonna work. Okay, so none of those work. So it's like 11 millimeters. I don't think my digital that digital thing is spot on. That's one of the most amazing tools from Harbor Freight. So I'm just gonna grab 3 different 11 millimeters, and man, this is like right in between. That's too bad, because it was 11.5 millimeters. So that's a bummer that we can't get any of them to work. We're just gonna grab all the 12s we can, except that one we already grabbed it. One of these 12s has got to work. One of these 12s has just got to be horrible tolerances. Dang, I have no idea. Maybe it's a standard size, but hell, there you go. So that one works. This is just an interesting game. Like, those don't work. That barely. That's interesting. But this is why you might want to get a ton of different sizes, because we actually found one that worked. And my knee just feels like it's just ready to explode with the fluid. And okay, so what do we got going here? Now, I think this would just be lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. So here we go. We're just gonna lefty-loosey, and it just goes to there, can't go anymore. Okay. And then we're gonna push down, and that's the same as what we got. And that's not the shock making any noises. It's just this bag that I'm kind of pushing against. Okay, and that goes to there, and then that's all it's got. Whew. Okay, and then we'll go back to here. Okay, just crazy. So we'll get it back. We're just gonna put it. No. We're just get all the way back in, because I think we're ready. I think we're ready for the next tools. And so these are yeah, just like the guy said, like 25 millimeters. You know what I mean? 24, actually 24. So we got 24 millimeters right there. And what's this one? That's 24. Just a little bit more than 24. So no, we're good. 24. Now, do we have anything in here that's 24 millimeters? Probably not. Like, all that's just real big. Hey, look at this. I made my own tools. If you want to make your own tools, I swear I made this like, so this is like 22. This is like, I made a 23 millimeter wrench. Well, I could make one that's 24. You just get your angle grinder out. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Is that the same one? Yeah, I made 2 of them. Look at that. So this is perfect. So I should label these 22, but I can always measure them. And do you want to measure them? I mean, this is so cool. So are we zeroed out? Hell yeah. And what size are these? Yeah, 23 millimeters, like spot on. Look at that. That's just great. These are great tools. Like, yeah, just with the little respirator and angle grinder, you get the $10 angle grinder from Harbor Freight and still make those. But what are we after? We're after a 24, which we don't have, and we might have to make at the end of the day. But we don't want to. But what's 24 in inches? Because I know 25.4 is 1 inch. So we're less than an inch. So let's just come on in here and get... So here's an inch. Here's all right. So here's 5/16, and here's 7/8. And we would need a little bit bigger than that. No, that one actually works. Okay, so 15/16 might do the trick. But that's a little bit wobbly. We're gonna leave that out. We don't want to strip all that plastic. You actually want to come in here with a socket. I just don't. So 15/16. I probably have that. Let's see if I do. Now all these are pretty organized, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. We just don't have a lot of sockets, and nothing close to 1 inch. You know what I mean? Spark plugs aren't anywhere close to that. And that's our socket game. It's not big of a. I don't have a big socket game, and I don't have any 24s in there. So we're gonna come in here because, you know, even this, just a high quality, well, it's pretty low quality. Which one looks good? Which one looks flat? I don't know. I think, I mean, because you can come in here with this, and I don't know. Yeah, tighten it down and see if you can get it to turn. Yeah, so it's not a big deal. So yeah, at the end of the day, you don't want to strip it, but you can actually check to see how impossible it is going to be to get out. And then check to see if you're even doing anything, so you're not just spinning it. And because on these shifters, you just spin that for days. It's like a rivet. It don't want to come out. I don't know how they come out. It's kind of bizarre. But shifters are just meant to be bought and again. You know what I mean? Spray some, we sprayed some WD-40 and we got it to work the other day. That was an amazing, that's just amazing. You can spray degreaser in, just whatever you need to do, but I just used a small little tool and just put a little bit in there. Just a little dab will do. Okay, so now we're getting there. I guess it's just how long it takes. And this is where you just want to space out, because you don't want to do a bad job. But yeah, you can just think about whatever you want right now for the next like 30 seconds. Probably a whole minute. This is why you get paid the big bucks, to be patient. You know what I mean? If you're taking apart a fork, yeah, you have to have a decent amount of patience. Now it's still pretty rigid. I don't know if I can just do it with my fingers. No, this thing's in there. But maybe I can get a little bit farther on each go. There you go. Still can't do anything with it. That's all right. That's why you just got to be patient, you know what I mean? So just go until you kind of feel something different, and then you know it's kind of freed up. But in the bike game, I would definitely have fast tools, you know what I mean? So once you get it undone, man, just throw a little power tool on here and just get this thing off of there. That's the name of the game. I don't know, sometimes, but I think we're done. I don't know. I feel like it might not be coming up, so I'm gonna do this just with a little upward pressure to see if it's still coming. And so here's what I can do. I can go here. So we're that much. So we're 8.7. So we're gonna see if we're still. So you just don't want to be spinning this thing in there and it's not going anywhere. Which even just visually, it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. And I just spun it a bunch of times, and no, we're kind of done on that. So I'm going to try to just jimmy it around. Just use my fingers. You can't damage anything just kind of with your fingers. There you go. All right, so we got that out. I could have damaged it with my fingers, obviously. Oh, shoot. Put that right in there just like the guy in the video. And this stuff's probably pretty toxic. So we're going to come in here and get everything else out of the way. Get all that cleaned up. Man, this is all the shifter cable we have left, and we got to keep it good. So we're going to put it right there. Okay. So now, I bet you what I can do is just, now the oil is just going to go up and down. So let me get a little rag. Just a big rag. Well, a little rag. All right, perfect. Because I don't have much space over here. So we're going to get this little rag going right there. And yeah, we'll get this bike on the ground. Definitely don't touch anything if your hands are oily. But now we're going to see if it actually moves. And so I don't think it's the oil side that's having the issue. You know what I mean? I think it's this side. It's the spring side. It's just So yeah, so we got that out of there. So now I think, I mean, there's nothing more in there to do except just fill it with oil and stuff. What do we have down here? Well, let's. I mean, I don't know what any of this crap does, so we're just gonna turn it one way. It only turns one way and then the other, but not very much. So we're gonna turn it all the way one way and see if anything happens, and turn it all the way the other way. Okay, not much. Turn it the other way. Did anything happen? No. And we might have to, we could maybe go put our head underneath there, because I can't really get down here with my knee, but maybe it'll be good to get a little more mobility. So this says, oh, rebound. Okay, so we're just going to do a fast rebound. Or no, slow rebound. I don't know. That's interesting. But now this, so this probably just works just fine. Let's see if I can actually see the valve close and open. But there's that little rebound. Oh. Yeah, the rebound ain't doing anything because it would go into there. It's a little Allen key. So this would do the rebound. And now do we want to see? If we put an Allen key in here, we have to get it back just right where it was, else probably mess it up. So let's get it in here. All right, so it's pretty close, this one with that one. So I think the rebound's already all the way tight, and then that loosens it up. So it's already at its tightest. So now when we go into here, we need to know that it's already to the fully righty-tighty. So this is righty-tighty. Okay, so we're gonna go righty-tighty on that. And then, because it goes lefty-loosey for days. And that bleeds the oil out. So righty-tighty seals that hole off. Perfect. And righty-tighty on here is turtle rebound, so just real slow rebound. So if you open up this air gap, it'll equalize so much better, and then the rebound will be faster. So you'll get suspension, but the oil will go back into the chamber. Because I guess what you're doing is you're hitting the oil right there, you're pushing it down, and it's flowing through this tube, and then it fills this upper chamber. So you're pushing it down against that oil pressure. The upper chamber is filling out of here, but then on the way back, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to suck its way maybe through, I guess it's going to go through here, but that orifice is just real small. Like when it's full turtle mode, like it's all blocked off. See? So this is full turtle right there. And then when you open it up, like rabbit, then when you... So you push it down, all the oil's up here. So then when you pull it back through, then it can feed through. That's interesting. And this is permanently fixed into here. So as this stanchion goes all the way down, oh, that's interesting. This thing only goes to there. But I was saying it had a catch. Well, yeah, there's a long piece in there, and it actually, so there's something in here, you know what I mean? It's probably another spring and stuff, spring and air and oil. But yeah, that's the same catch though right there. So we're just gonna make sure we tighten this up all the way, and so that's righty-tighty, and then this has got to be in the righty-tighty mode. And I don't know, there's oil in there. So anyway. We're just gonna put this back. This is where you damage the O-ring. Holy Toledo! So I don't know why this isn't going in and out. I'm just like threading it across the O-ring. Damn it. Just putting major damage on that O-ring. But yeah. But anyway, we'll just leave that out for now. Yeah, a lot of oil. Probably a lot of toxic oil. I don't know. Maybe it's just mineral oil, and it's not a big deal. It doesn't smell too bad. Okay, so let's get the other side going. Now, I should watch the whole video, you know what I mean? Like, go inside and watch the video of what's going on here. But, you know, at the end of the day, we'll just, okay. Okay, so now does this even turn? Because this was like, this cap was supposed to turn, and it was supposed to turn that. But, you know what I mean? For the life of me, I can't get this to turn. There's no way. You know what I mean? So, there you go. Alright, so we got it to turn. Okay, but yeah, that thing just wasn't, turning. Okay, so so that screws in all the way. And so yeah, so it puts, so preload. So do you want it to be preloaded? So this is pushing down on your fork. You know what I mean? So yeah, maybe you don't want it to be so it just goes to, yeah, so a whole 1/2 inch. So it's just like someone heavy is on your bike. If someone was heavier on your bike, you don't have that upper range. You know, it's already feels like someone's, so then your bike feels heavy. You know what I mean? So that's a freebie on me. You know, just a numbskull's idea of how these things work is probably better than the professionals telling you yada yada. Just like, yeah. So we just took out the preload, and yeah, that made a lot of sense. But now, at the end of the day, it's all about how to get that other stuff out. And, because I'm sure that didn't do anything. Taking off that cap is like, no, there's just so much. Okay, there you go. Oh, perfect. So, yeah, I bet you that's exactly what you were supposed to do. And now we can get the spring out of here. But, yeah. But yeah, this shock just feels awful. So I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do about the shock feeling just so bad. So there you go. There you go. We're just going to cycle. And maybe this is just juicing it up. Cycling juice through there. And maybe we just were really damaging it. But so what do you think? Should we try to get it? And there's no knob on that, I guess. And this just freely spins. Let's just take it out and take a quick look. Yeah, so it's just a spring, nothing on the bottom. So let's pull it back out. And perfect, got it in there. And now we're going to just going to thread this back in. And see if we loosened it up, you know what I mean? I don't know. Probably not. I feel like this isn't threading. Okay, now it's going. Now my hands are all greasy, so you just want to use your palms. Don't get the seat or the handlebars, especially the grips. Don't be touching the grips if your hands are oily. Okay, so we're going to tighten this up. And, yeah, you know, I feel like the Martian, you know, with no communication home, that, like, was just maybe a stowaway aboard the Mars, you know what I mean? It's just like, shoot, I don't know anything about anything. And this is what you do. You take a step forward and 2 steps back. You know, take a step forward, 2 steps back. You basically do what Edison did. You just, like, fail 10,000 times before you figure out why something works. You know what I mean? Figure out why it doesn't work, you know, 100 different ways, just to figure out how it works one way. Because I guarantee this Shox just going to still just be awful as hell. I don't know. But I think we got this in there enough, but we'll keep going. We'll make sure it's nice and snug. There you go. Don't over tighten those. Those are just plastic. Okay, so let's see. Did we do anything about anything? Nope, it's just still froze up. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the drawing board, watch some more video, and see if we can figure out why my fork is totally frozen. Like that spring is just too stiff? I don't get it. Or like there's an oil basin in this. I don't know. All the oil's over here, and that should be freely traveling, and it was because we got rid of the spring, and I put hella weight on it, and it just doesn't go. So, okay, so I'm going to catch you on the flip side, throw a new battery in here, and we'll see what we can do. All right, so we're back at it, and we got a fresh battery. Let's get going. So yeah, so this fork is probably trashed, but I don't know. I watched a rebuild video, and we're gonna try to get her going. You know what I mean? I think we might have success. Who knows? Probably not, but you know, it's always worth experimenting. So we're just gonna get a bucket, and we're gonna dump that oil out. I'm gonna take off my brother's little bag. I don't want oil getting all over his bag or anything else, so I don't want to take this off because I don't want to put it back on, but I don't want to ruin it. And that's the dumbest water, but well, in a pinch, there you go. Just a little apocalypse water bottle on the front of this bag. And oh my God, how are we gonna pour this in? Well, we're just gonna mess up. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you just gotta go for it. Oh shoot. Everything's in the way. Everything's in the way. So I'm gonna get this wheel over there. I mean, essentially we need to tip it upside down. There you go. At least we're that way just for a little bit. Okay. And I think I'm just gonna stay steady right here. Oop, stay steady, stay steady. It's coming out. All right, so there's only 100 mils you're supposed to put in there, and does that look like 100 mils? Well, what the heck's 100 mils? Well, if it's water, 100 milliliters is 100 grams, and that would be, and there's 400 grams in a pound, which is 16 ounces, so 8 ounces, so it's like 4 ounces of oil, you know what I mean? You should always do your Canadian to American, every once in a while, do your British units to just American dumb units, you know what I mean? So, holy hell, let's get this upside down. I don't want to get any oil. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time. I'm about ready to cry. My whole body is just like broken down. And the bike's ready to tip over. Catch it. Okay, that took too much effort. And I almost need like a smaller cup. Because that just don't. That's not gonna, if the oil is still coming out, that's not gonna do anything. So I think we're done with the oil. Maybe just like one little drop. Oh my God. So we're just gonna come in here, get that rag right there, and we'll just get another little rag. I don't know. What do we got? What do we got? Do I want to cut one of these up? Only if I have some scissors. Which, man, there's not much for. Yeah, there's scissors. Uh-oh, that was a big sigh. That was a sigh of depression. Just like, holy hell. You know what I mean? Well, it just means that this might be just a waste of time. But it's not a waste of time. Nothing in life is a waste of time. You know, even if you make mistakes, well, you're learning. You know what I mean? I've learned more about this shock than I ever have. And I think and you have to do, at the end of the day, you just have to do something. Because I remember watching a video on how these shocks went together. But do I remember a darn thing? No, because I didn't do it. I didn't just grab a fork that's total garbage and figure it out. So, okay, perfect. So we got that in there. And I'm going to get that other thing off. All right, I'm feeling pretty good. I think I can go nice and smooth, nice and fast. We're gonna crank this out of here. And just in a couple seconds, I can do this with one hand, put that down with another. We're about a quarter of the way on that. Use some technique. Hell yeah. So I know where this stuff goes. There's some components in here that I'm just like, hell no. I don't know where they go. But blue goes up. That's the spring. Because what I'm gonna do, oh yeah, there you go. We can kick this spring out. Blue goes up. Get that right there. And did this get any softer? No. See, there's no springs in it, and it just feels like a ton of garbage. Just a ton of garbage. But, like, shouldn't this spring be, like, kind of springy? You know, that's what, at the end of the day, I didn't get it. So I think there's something froze up. I don't know. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this wheel off. Take that off. Take that off. Hell yeah. And flip it upside down. I don't think any more oil is going to come out. But we got that rag in there anyway. Oh, the rag came out. But I think we're good. I don't think any more oil is going to come out that side. But we'll just jam it up into there. And now we're opposite. So we were doing the oil on this side, so now the oil is on that side. And he said this thing just pops off, and there's a small little Allen key. And he didn't show you very well in the video, but yeah, that is a small little Allen key. It looked like just a pin in the video. Ah, damn it. Now I don't know which way this went in at all. Because, okay, so there you go. There's full to the right. It was all the way to the right. And now it's full to the left. And I think it can only go so far anyway. See how it can only go to the left so far? So yeah, you can't mess this up. So some things in life, you're just like, shoot, I think I messed it up. Well, no, you didn't. You know what I mean? It goes all the way to the right. That's closed. That's turtle on the way up. You know, but we want it fully open. We definitely want this thing just fully open, and we can just throw this thing away. You know what I mean? It's open, baby. But now you don't even need it. As long as you know what Allen key is in there, you know, as long as you know how a fork works, you know, some of this stuff you don't need. Okay, we're gonna get in here and just bust Ola. You know what I mean? I don't want to ruin my tool, but okay, that was pretty easy. And I just know on these, you open them up and then you hammer them in. Like I think it's something where, you know, if you hammer it, it kind of breaks that seal. And maybe it just breaks it all together. We'll find out. But we need our hammer, and it's right here. So now we're just going to look right there, see if it does anything. You know what I mean? Oh. So maybe it doesn't. No, that didn't do a damn thing. I just put a lot of pressure on it. So we don't want to break anything. Okay. No. Well, obviously, it's just hammering on the... What am I thinking? It's going right into... Okay, so this one had the bit. So this one has a hole in it. Does this one have a hole in it? No. Okay, and the one that had the rebound was with the oil. So you got the hex in the oil. It's better than taking pictures and thinking you remember it. You know what I mean? You got to make up stupid stories. You got to be key and peele about how all this stuff goes together. Because you don't want to put it in... And there's no washer there. Okay, but now this thing should just come right off, hopefully. No, it's stuck on something, and obviously it is, you know what I mean? Because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Shoot. Let's see. So I took those off. Now I think I need to like, okay. I need to watch another video because I don't want to just ruin this. So, okay, we're going to go watch another. All right. So, yeah. So I think this part actually separates from the sheathing of the shell. And then same in there. So those threads got to separate from this shell. So we do. Well, what do? Well, we got to hammer this home. So we're just going to put this in there. And you want to catch I'd probably catch as many threads as you can. You know what I mean? Because that's a lot of pressure, you know what I mean, on those threads if you're hammering it. So I'm just going to catch quite a bit of threads. Oh, I got to take that. So I'll catch you on the flip side. All right, we're back at it. So let's do it. And all right, so we got these in, got quite a bit of, and we're just going to oh, see this one, you have to, well, no, you don't. No, it'll go in there. So just a couple whacks, and I think we maybe did something. I don't know. A couple whacks on that. Did we do anything? Hell yeah. So we're just going to go a little easy. Hell yeah, so that one's going. Hey, okay, so that one's freed up, basically. Sweeties. That's as far as that one can go. And this one, I don't know. Hell yeah, there you go. And we're going to back it out a little bit more. But basically, this one's good to go too. So that was and then you can see, you know, that was sticking up in there. So it kind of makes a seal right there. You know, it's a metal on metal seal. And holy Toledo. I feel like this thing's just broken or something. Okay, we gotta screw it on out, but it's probably just turning in there. Okay, so we got it out of there. Okay, so no, this whole thing don't come out, but there's the hole there. This hole's smaller, but whatever. Now we'll just be able to pull this out. Let's see if we can. Hell yeah. And damn it, we just got oil everywhere. And I want to reuse this one. Well, no, this just got a big oil spill. We got to suck all that up. Now, hopefully it's just mineral oil and not just like hydraulic fluid or something crazy. Maybe grab another rag. Okay, so where'd that oil come from? I don't know. Did it come out of there? Well, let's see where it came from. Well, it came out right there. And it hit right there. So I guess it came out of this one. Yeah, it came out of that one. But that's fine. Yeah, and we're just going to clean those up. You know what I mean? Just degrease and clean. Hey, they just look brand new. You know what I mean? Like this fork's just never been used. It's just for whatever weird reason, it's like permanently locked out. Shoot, we're going to have to take off the brake. Should have done that a little while ago. But there you go. We're going to get this cable out. Get that out. You know what I mean? Don't be bending this end, else your cable won't be slippery and slidey. Oh, shoot. Okay, so that came out. Okay, and we can get it going the right direction. You know what I mean? Brakes are towards the back. We just don't want to put it back like that. That would be crazy. And then we're just going to come in here. And I don't know. You know, it looks just fine. We're going to, you know, how's these? Is this all just buggered? This is the side that's connected to the spring. And I don't know. It looks fine. Oh, we got another piece. Damn it. Well now I don't know now. And oh shoot. So we got to flip the bike over. We just had a random piece just fall out. And I wouldn't know where that would go. So we're gonna tip the back over. Hopefully no more grease is gonna come out. Okay, we're good there. We're gonna put it back in the stand. Get our greasy gloves back on. And this piece came out this side. So we're just gonna look in there to see what this piece is. Now this is the piece that had the spring on it. So maybe we'll just drop it in place. Oh, perfect. So it's just, it just catches the spring. So at the end of the day, there you go. So that goes right there, and that catches. And I don't want to go past those threads just all day and ruin that seal. But this is just grease in here. Why is this spring so hard? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I don't get. Like, this spring is just crazy. Is there something I'm missing? Is the... No, I guess that's just... This is your spring. You get a ton of pressure on, and this spring should be springy. This spring should be springy. That's all this side is just a giant spring. And if you put weight on it, well, it'll compress. That's all that does. Like, there's nothing else to it. And this just shows you how much that spring can compress before it bottoms out. But for the life of me, I don't know why it's so hard. I feel like that's the issue. Like, this spring is just crazy firm. But you know what I mean? Alright, so, but now this thing's out of there. And this was, what side was this? This was this side. And we're gonna see how stiff this is. You know what I mean? Just put that in there. Okay, there you go. So maybe that was just locked up, because I swear this thing just wasn't moving whatsoever. Like, okay, now it's juicy. So basically, if we, even though it has no oil, like, we should just be able to put it back in. See, it's all locked up again. Okay, so it's a... And I feel like I'm just ruining it, you know what I mean? But for whatever reason, that thing is locking up. So I think it's this side. So we just manipulated it just a bunch. But yeah, so right there it gets locked up. So we're gonna try to kick that out of there. So that's where the guy got a dowel. And I'm getting too much grease on these gloves. They're almost dripping in between the fingers. So we're gonna get a new pair of gloves. We're gonna throw those down there. We're gonna grab these. These are greasy from a chain, but not from just all this fork oil. And I guess we need 8mm. But we can measure. We can measure. What do we need exactly? Basically, we need that. So we're gonna come in here. Got our tool zeroed out, and we need something smaller. We need something smaller than 10mm, because we got to hammer that crap out of there. And just to make sure it actually goes, you know, I don't know. Do you think that even plows its way out of there? Hell yeah. Yeah, every part of a fork, just imagine that. Like, it's all put together by pieces, so you can basically take every piece apart. You know, it's not 3D printed into like a complex, you know, 3D grid. My leg is just destroyed. I can hardly walk on it, but I think I'm doing pretty good. Alright, so we're going to find a dowel that's less than 10mm. So, hey, look at that. That dowel's less than 10. Oh, that's perfect. Hell yeah. I mean, just right off the bat, we found exactly what we needed. And I feel like I should cut it or take something upstairs to cut it. But I mean, I could just cut it with my cable, like just I don't know, just some cable cutters. It's just a piece of wood. It's not that thick. Okay, so we're gonna come in here and we're gonna jam that thing, see if it actually works. Okay, perfect. And now we're gonna pop it through and see what we're dealing with. Okay, hell yeah. And I don't know why it stopped popping its way. Well, don't just do that. That's probably the dumbest thing to do. Okay, there you go. You popped it through. Oh yeah, we were pushing it like that, and it just got off. But yeah, for some reason, you know what I mean. These just look this fork's brand new. You know what I mean. My brother hasn't ridden it to hell. I just don't know why it don't work. What else is in there? Oof, gotta be careful putting this stuff away. Now, is there anything else in here? Okay, you have a turny bob there. But that I don't think there's. I don't know. I might get a light, but we can get some. We can get some of this going, and yeah, twist it, clean it out. I don't mind getting the right amount of oil and all that. It's just 100 mils in this side and 10 in both. You know what I mean? How complicated is that? But at the end of the day, you better put some oil in it. You don't want to run it dry. Else friction and heat, and it's just going to heat up all those rubber seals, and they're just going to tear apart. But all the rubber seals look great. So it's had enough oil, and that side's had enough grease. But that's where you need the spring grease on that thing. Okay, so hopefully I'm just spinning this, and hopefully it goes down. Uh-oh. I better get a tail on it, because I got to push it down and then and just get that tail to the bottom. There you go. All right, so that worked out pretty good. I bet you we cleaned it pretty good. I don't know if we did. But I don't think that part's what's screwing it up. Okay, so this is just oil. And like the guy in the video said, hey, this is just fully open. That's what we wanted. We wanted it rabbit. Now you go in here with this and you tighten it. Well, you don't get rabbit. You know what I mean? So it closes off that whole orifice and you get turtle. You know what I mean? So then it's slow. It's all sealed up. Oil can't go through. You know what I mean? So there you go. You got rabbit. That's what we want. We want hella up and down. Okay, my food's ready. I'm going to put this back in. That sucks. You have to just jam it past all the threads. But yeah, why is this just sucks. This thing don't go up and down easy at all. This thing don't go up and down. Oh, I got it totally backwards. So now I'm just totally screwed. I don't know why I did that. But I need to put this in here and try to rip it out. Dumb. Okay, so it goes this way. Whoa, buddy. Almost munched that. Okay, so that goes in just like that. Okay, I was just like, why don't it work? And yeah, you don't want to push down on those seals. You almost need a... Ah, shoot. All right, I gotta go. All right, so heck yeah, we got some white lithium grease. I went to like 3 different auto parts stores trying to find that pH grease, just that perfect mix for this fork stuff. But at the end of the day, I couldn't find it, and I was just like, well, who cares? So we're just gonna check these seals. Yeah, just get all the funk out, and yeah, those seals are probably just pretty wretched. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know. We're just going to reach the finger in there and see what we see. So I can probably go to my parts store or just my back shop and get some new RockShox seals. And, yeah, I don't know. How buggered up are they? Yeah, they feel all right. They feel all right. So white lithium grease. White lithium grease is great for rubber. It's not going to deteriorate it. Where other greases like petroleum greases will just soften rubber. You know what I mean? It's almost like what it's made of. If you're trying to melt down rubber, you just use more you know, liquid rubber, which is what petroleum grease is essentially. Okay, so yeah, it's real dirty in there. So yeah, I think that's the best thing we could possibly do right now, is to make a little tool to actually get down in there and clean that. And guess what? Well, like that's a pretty big hole, so we can go pretty big on the dowel. Okay, I got an idea. This is going to be one of the greatest ideas that I've had in a couple days. And bear with me, you know what I mean? My leg's all messed up. I can't run around the house. But basically what we're going to do, I can talk my way through it so we just get there faster. I'm just going to grab one of these dowels. Well, hey, that's a pretty good one. That's pretty long. I don't need that long. Hey, that's a little shorter, and that'll probably work just a lot better. Okay, so we got that aspect of what we're doing. Now, what's the other aspect? Well, we need to get some foam. You know, we need to get some more of that Harbor Freight, you know what I mean, use it every day foam, and I think it's all upstairs. Hopefully I just whacked my knee real hard, and that's why it's just all buggered up. But it's feeling pretty good, actually. Just the fact that it's all filled with fluid, it's like that's all that's holding my knee together. It's just a bunch of fluid and arthritis. You know what I mean? You get rid of the inflammation, well, you're just going to sink. I don't know. It's like all that fluid is just going to make you float. Makes your whole knee just float. So that's what I'm feeling right now. It feels like someone gave my knee Novocaine. Because, okay, what are we looking for? We're looking for this stuff. We're gonna make more fenders. I love my fender idea. It is one of the greatest ideas, how to make fenders for a bike. And I just apologize that you have to watch like 6 hours of video to get all the cool tricks. You know what I mean? But they're in there. They're in here. Okay, so now what you got going on? What you got going on? Well, I'll show you. We're gonna grab a washer, probably one of these 3/8, and we're just gonna be like, hey, does that go in? Hell yeah. So that's perfect size. So now we're gonna come in here, and I don't know how to, I just need a pen. Like, what are you doing with this sharp thing? But come on. I just don't have a pen out here, and I don't want to go all the way inside. But I do have these pencils that are not very sharp. Okay, which is probably what you want. Okay, so we're just gonna come in here. Okay, we got that. So now we're gonna grab our scissors. I mean, hopefully this only takes 2 seconds. I think it's only taken 3 minutes so far. But we're just gonna cut this puppet out. Okay, cool. So, what you got going on? What's your idea? And we can go maybe kind of big on this. I don't know. It was, well, I don't know. I don't want to go around here and cut it twice. So just cut it once and be done with it. And get it how you like it. Is that how you like it? Does that thing fit in there? Sure it does. And so now we're going to take this. Shoot. I kind of cut it all funny. But we're going to take a little screw. Going to put these washers back. It's always good to have lots of cool stuff. So we got little bolts and we got small screws. We got small screws 1. Now, I love this. This is one of my favorite screws. It's kind of nice and flat. And we're going to do it right. We're not just going to drill into here and just split it all to hell. We're going to grab... And I'm not going to walk over to my other drill bits. We're just going to try to do this in under under 2 seconds. Get your 2 hands free. That's the most important thing. And, man, I got my dad all these cool little bits. We need to get them out because that's exactly what I need right now. I just need, like, just one of these just at the ready where you just stick it in and go. Okay, so we're just going to do a pilot hole. Gonna get noisy. Whoa, whoa, that bit is just toasted. Man, this bit just needs to get thrown away. Like, how awful is that? And let's see. And this bit will probably do. Okay, yeah. That bit, I don't know. At the end of the day, I think it just needs to get thrown away. It's dangerous. It's actually, I thought I was just going to break it off into my wrist. But it is oak. Yeah, this stuff is oak, so nah, I won't throw it away. You know, go through pine or something, it'll be just fine. And that's kind of rhymed. I don't know, I don't need to double down on a rhyme. Okay. And then, so there you go. So we're going to get that going. And, I mean, we don't even need a power drill to get that in there. We should. I mean, I don't know why I don't just use a power drill right now, but I'll probably split the wood. So now, yeah, the wood's about ready to split. Yeah, oak is hella. Okay, so now we got this, and we got our little tool. We got our little cleaning tool. It's just perfect. So now we'll just come in here, and hell yeah. And oof. We almost, no, that's probably what we want. But we want to get near the end. Okay, and now this whole thing will just drag all the way in. All the way in and all the way out. Oh shoot, I did not plan for it not coming out. So we'll just pull it out and then pop it out. Hey, I think that works pretty good. So we're just gonna come in here and just get it all the way down there. Okay, once it's at the bottom, we're gonna pull that out. Hey, it all came out and I don't think I damaged a darn thing. What do you think? Do you think it looks pretty nice? I bet you it's real nice. I just don't know why this fork isn't working. So we're just going to learn everything we can about forks until we can figure out why this fork don't work. Yeah, that's the plan. That's the master plan. Whew, it's all bunched up. I feel like I want to not do that. Need to get right to the end. But this is a pretty good tool. This is a pretty good tool. Get right to the end, and then you can just kind of go back and forth on either side. It's all rubber. Whoa, hammer in there. Okay, I think I'm satisfied. I like the tool. I don't think I damaged a darn thing. And did I clean it? I really need a headlamp. So we're going to get a headlamp. And I don't know if you'll be able to see with the camera. But I definitely will be. And I need to get the camera, I don't know, it seemed like it was too low, but I bet you it can't be too low. Yeah, everything's just kind of right here. Yeah, let's see. Man, okay, that's pretty good. Sure, I think it's decent. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and, hell yeah, we're going to grease that thing up. So we're going to grab our white lithium grease and, shoot, you kind of got to get rid of the juices. I don't know. This thing's just all juice. So I don't know, you just like smoosh it around because you're trying to mix it in. And right at the end, I don't know if you can actually mix it in. I don't know if it'll actually work. But this stuff just gets real oily. So you're just trying to get rid of the oil. And we'll come in here and just hit off the oil start. We got plenty of this. Man, this stuff will just last forever. So there you go. Come in here. Just a big dollop, both sides. Okay, so I think we're going to be good on that. I almost want another toothbrush, which I probably have in this seconds. Nope, not right here. But, so there's the first thing of seconds. Man, I don't know why this should be way up here. There's nothing in it. And this is my seconds right here. It's got tons of toothbrushes. So there you go. white for white lithium grease. Okay. And, yeah, we're just gonna grease this puppy. Now you don't have to touch it. I don't have to get my, like, fingers just all hella greasy. But that's a pretty good way to do it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I'm just gonna put that right there. Okay. Let's see. Now, I kind of want to just grease up... I want to grease up this. Sure, I bet you we could grease that up. No. Don't go too crazy. This has got to be oil in here. You know what I mean? I don't think you want to mix white lithium grease and oil. That sounds like a real dumb idea. Basically, all we're trying to do is just see if this fork even works. So we're going to slide it back in place. And we're just going to see if this side works. Like, that's literally our only goal in life right now. Is just to get this side on. Okay. Yeah, perfect. So that side's on. We're going to get that spring down in there. And there you go. And we're going to... We have to screw this puppy on. And shoot, I don't know why it's... Darn it. I feel like this spring thing right here should be like turned or something. I feel like it's not going in the way it's supposed to. It seems like there should be just hella more room. So we're, you know, if you run into an issue, you know what I mean, grab a tissue and we're gonna figure out what's wrong with it. So we're gonna pop that out of there. Now we're gonna since we have that headlamp, we're gonna shine it down in there. You know what I mean? Take a look. Okay, so yeah. And maybe we munched something up because remember when that thing fell out and I didn't know how it went? So anytime you run into like, you're like, oh, that's weird. Well, yeah, it probably is for a reason because you messed up. So now we're going to try to get that little thing out. I don't know. Holy Toledo. We're going to see if we can get it out. I don't think it wants to come out. And shoot, I can't reach. And man, I don't know. But yeah, it feels like I put it together wrong. Yeah, so we're gonna see if we can reach in there and grab that thing. I don't know. I don't know how I would. Dang it. Because it's too small for this. But this thing is just all wrong. I think it needs to be flipped the other way. Yeah, it for sure does, because that only goes to there now. So that thing is the wrong direction, and we need to get it out of there somehow. So now the only idea is just how to get that out of there. And I don't have any good ideas. Except like put this bike like on its side or tip it upside down. Get it like that. And then just start fishing it out of there with something. I just don't know what I'm going to fish it out of there with. Holy Toledo. And it's hard to film and use this. Okay. But I swear I got to get that thing out of there. I swear I kind of messed up. Don't we have that pencil? Sure. So that pencil should just go right in there. And I need some light and a pencil. There you go. Light and a pencil works. Wow, I was pretty much able to get it. This is the only thing that just fell out. You know what I mean? And leave it to the thing that just falls out to, like, who knows how you even put it in. You know what I mean? Such is life. You never luck out. You always luck in. I don't know. But a little coat hanger would be sweet. So that's exactly what we're going to go get. Because we have all this coat hanger material, and we'll just stick the coat hanger. It'll have a little lip. Sometimes in life, you got to figure out what you need and then just go do it. And I wish I took my pliers out here, because, but I'll just take this, and we're going to have everything we need. Okay, so, oof, don't want to put a hole in my boat. Let's see. Okay, okay, needle, so we need needle nose pliers. Got them. And then we just need to cut this. Okay, and then we just need just a tiny, and check this out, just do a big one. We just need a 90 degree. Okay, perfect. But then we just need to cut it real close. And then we got our tool. Okay, perfect. So now we have our tool. So we'll come in here, get a little bit of light if I can. And I'm going to stab my eye out. Man, okay. And it's just going to go in that hole. And we got it. We pulled it out. Yeah, what a bugger. What a friggin' bugger. And of course that doesn't go that way. It goes this way. Duh. Holy Toledo. You know what I mean? And, I don't know. At the end of the day, it's just crazy. Now, do we want to re-grease this? No, I think it's got plenty of grease on it. It ain't rusting. It ain't doing a darn thing. You know, it's not making it worse. So let's just go with it. Let's get the grease off this hand. We're done with the light for a little while. We'll get the bike in the stand. My knee's feeling a little bit better. I mean, it's just good to do life. Like, if you're in pain, you know, do what you can do. Like, I just went to the library and sat there. You know what I mean? But just the fact that I was out in public, my pain was a lot less. And I thought I was doing real good the other day until this knee just starts blowing up. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just life saying, hey, you know what I mean? You're almost 50, and I'm not. I'm 30. I'm 39, but it feels like I'm going on 50. Just this last couple of years, you're like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I can just go from full board to be like, I can hardly move. You know what I mean? I can hardly make a living. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Okay, so we're going to get that in there. And I don't think I need to go full bore on this, because we're just going to loosen it right back up. All we're doing is just checking to see if it actually, you know, the darn thing works. But yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it. There you go. So that's tight a little bit. And we'll get this on. Okay, no damage done. Now we're just going to see if the friggin', you know, the things even work. So check this out. We'll get it. So there's where it's bottomed out. Hey, this suspension should have tons of suspension, and it doesn't. And I don't know why. So now that we got that, we can just do the preliminary. Why does this suspension not work? I don't want to mess up my dropouts, but we'll just get that on there. I mean, what am I doing wrong that this suspension, hopefully it just works. It should be, yes, there you go, perfect. So that's what the spring is. So, you know, you take out the spring, you just take out all the guts on that side. You don't need them. You know what I mean? Let's just have the spring. So this is a life hack. You know, if this is all just fouling you up, well, just put the spring back in. And that grease on the bottom, that was probably it. Just that little nubbin, it wasn't moving. Because I took this whole assembly out and it still wasn't moving. But we got some white lithium grease in there. And we will just white lithium grease the hell out of that side. Because there is no oil. Well, I guess you're supposed to put 10 mils of oil in there. You know what I mean? So they say. But now look at this. So now that's just perfectly greased. And we're going to go for it. Hell yeah. Like this was the issue on this bike. It was right there. Just hella grease. And, you know what I mean? And this fork. But yeah, I think you get it. Like, it's a long way to get here. It's like a 3-hour, what the hell you doing? But at the end of the day, you want to see what the issue was and what the issue wasn't. You know what I mean? Oh, just like throwing cardboard in there or just like a leaf. That's no good. Okay. But anyway, but this side has to have oil. So you don't want too much lithium on that side. Okay, back down. Man, and this is going to be great. Yeah, so just pump it. And then, you know what I mean? Slide it up, slide it out. But yeah, hell yeah. So now that's good. I mean, that fork works. I was just going to buy my brother a new fork, but you might as well figure out how a fork works. Because at the end of the day, you could just fix every fork just by at least taking it out, just oiling that side, keeping whatever oil was in there just fine. Who cares? But that was the issue there. Because the lockout wasn't doing anything. It was just hella friction. And so now that we got that cleaned out, and that's your spring, you know what I mean? And springs are kinetically linear, you know what I mean? So if I have 50 pounds on right there, it's going to go down an inch. If I go down 2 inches, that's 100 pounds, you know what I mean? Go down 3 inches, well, that's my full body weight. So springs are linear, which is pretty cool. Okay, so let's get this puppy back in, and we're just going to go for it. Let's just put it back together. Okay, so what do we need? Well, we took a lot out and we really did not pay much attention. So that sucks. And I don't even know where the thing is. Uh-oh. Are you serious? Oh, so you have a little bit of a something there. I don't know what the hell that's about. But over here, oh, no, here it was. There was our little spring clip for that. But who cares about that lockout? At the end of the day, if that's what's holding us back. Okay, but what we need is that whole piston that went in there. Now, did that take that inside or what? Okay, Blue's Clues time because... So we did come out here with this foam. And, no, that's the shock pump. For if you need a shock pump. Okay. Let's get this over there. Yeah, I'm losing my mind. And, you know, I just don't know. Okay, but we can get this going. Man, I don't want to put my lips on that. I kind of want to see if the air goes through, though. Fuck. Ah, gross. I'm sure that's just hella cancer just right there. But yeah, there's air that goes through, so that's good. Because this is fully tight, but it at least allows a little bit of air going through. And, but like we said, what we wanted it fully, we wanted it, I don't think it's this side. I think that was, I forget now. But, this was the lockout, so, yep. Yeah, I can't put my lips on that again. I should have cleaned it. That's gross. Okay. I just need to go into the other room or what? I don't get why we're missing that part. It's not in here. There's no way. There's no way I took it anywhere else. Yeah, it's definitely not in here. All right. I love watching my videos, you know. So some of the long ones I definitely don't watch, but I do. I get to them. And because you use Blue's Clues, you're like, why did I misplace that? You know what I mean? Why was that just so out of place? Like, why did I put it down where I did? Because it was just the worst place to put something down. Now, it just might be in the shock itself. But I don't know. Yeah, duh, it's in the shock itself, isn't it? Let's take it out. Isn't it in there? No, it's definitely not in there. So we can put it back in and lube it up. But yeah, I'm digging that this goes on a lot better. And since we're here, we're going to use the white lithium grease around here because, yeah, white lithium grease I think is the way to go. Now, it might be the totally dumbest thing you could use, but if you're that type of person, I mean, because there are some things that'll mess it up. But I just know from my general knowledge that white lithium grease is good on rubber. But you don't want to use that grease. That'll just tear down the rubber. It'll make it hella soft. Okay, well, we got to switch batteries anyway. I'm going to go find that thing and catch you on the flip side. All right, I'm at a total loss. I got a new battery in. I swear the part's just in there. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're just like, where's my glasses? Where's my glasses? Well, they're on top of your head. We're gonna just put a little bit of white lithium grease. You know, if this is all oil, you know what I mean? You want the oil to bathe it. But I bet you this white lithium grease will just match up real nice with that oil. But because we need to see if I can even plunge this thing in, which I can't, which is so interesting. Okay, there we go. Now, are we just doing damage? Well, ripping that thing in and out, sure. But holy Toledo. You know, so maybe, I don't know. Like that's supposed to go in there and now it's not. So obviously, and so now you can see the airflow. Yeah, it works. And maybe we'll just get more grease in there just for now. I mean, if we're just totally just toasting this O-ring, I could always buy a new O-ring. You know what I mean? I can get that at the hardware store. But see, just some lithium grease in there, it just works so much better. So just the thing was just out of grease. It was just stuck. You know, if it's stuck, hell yeah, it's just out of grease and stuff. So we're gonna do that one more time, and we're actually gonna get some. Okay, we just want to grease that whole stanchion up. Whoa. See, it's this grease is interesting. Oh, we got plenty. You know what I mean? It's really oily. It's like that peanut butter, you know what I mean? Like Adams, you know what I mean? That peanut butter that nobody wants, ever. But it's just so oily. It's just like, that's peanut oil, Adams. That's not butter. That's oil, peanut oil. That's what they're trying to sell you. I remember that. That was like the health food. That was the first health food store. It was just Adams peanut butter in a jar. The whole health food store was just all contained in one jar. But yeah. Okay, but yeah. See, and it's just like an air pump. See, you're pumping air out of there, and you want to try to lock it out. You know what I mean? Just to do a little visual of what's happening here, because now we're gonna go the other direction with it. Oh, so it goes real easy now. See how it goes easy? But then you go here. Well, it's locked out. So with oil pressure, that thing should do its trick. But there you go. So when people's lockouts are messing up, well, okay, perfect. This is exact, because I've worked a lot with pumps and air pumps and bike pumps. Is like, you got to get some lithium grease in here. So the first thing to do, take this out and you got to make a perfect seal. So if your lockout sucks, well, you don't have a perfect seal. And so there you go. You get a perfect seal by getting that. And that perfectly demonstrates how your lockout works. See, the air is just flushing through, and now we're going to lock it out. And now you can hear it. You know what I mean? Your pressure, and it's not very good. But essentially, if there's oil behind it, yes, you will hit that oil, and it will be locked out. But now you're opening this orifice, and now air's coming through there, in and out, and it's just working like a normal like a pump that don't work, you know what I mean? You're not pumping any air in or out, it's just kind of going out that little tube. But now here, now you're building up the pressure, and you're making that perfect seal. Okay, but we're still at a conundrum of, I swear, like I just dropped, I don't know. The other piece of this fork is just gone. I don't know where I put it down, where I set it, but I feel so stupid that I just don't. I swear the piece of the, see how this don't go in there? You know what I mean? It gets to there, and so I swear I need to get my headlamp. I don't even know where that is anymore. Oh boy, get this maybe. And you just got to do different things. If you're missing something, just do different things until, there it is. No, hold it. But it's just like that. It looks exactly like that. Now I'm just seeing things. And, okay. And let's see if it's stuck in there. I don't know. I don't think so. Well, shoot. Well, am I missing anything? Hard to tell. But I know this should go. Now, do you think we can pull that out? That was the thing where it's just like, no, you can't pull that out. You'll just damage everything. And this only goes down to there and then seals the deal with that. So that's real interesting that this can go to there. And then it seals the deal with that. Now I'm going to get my little pusher tool, which was just a piece of dowel, which also I can't find. And then we're going to shove it up here and see if we can. No, I feel like we already did this. I don't understand. I don't understand at all. Oops, oh, that was the wrong thing to do. Okay, you loosen this up. Go this way. And now we can see what we're doing. But this whole side, well, I guess I thought we pushed this side out. No, we didn't. No. We did not push that side out. We pushed, yeah. It's maddening because this, oh shoot, now I don't even know which way we're going. So this goes towards the bike. But this only goes to like here or whatever. And so this bottoms out, so that's that. But now this should have something that sticks out, and I think it's just that. Okay, perfect. Okay, so the madness is over. This is the one with the little hole, and this screws into here, and it just got pushed up into there. So we need to take this and then just pull it out. And now it's really reefed into there for whatever reason. But that's where that was. I was just like, where the hell did the other piece go? Well, it's just right here. I swear. And it isn't that where it is? I'm going to take a tool that's not supposed to be used for the job and try to use it. Huh. And I might be totally wrong. I still might be totally wrong. Nope. That, I don't know what that is. But I thought that, this is what pops out. This is what, like, isn't that the deal? Isn't that what, don't I just hit this a couple times and, there you go. Okay, we found it. Holy Toledo. That was a moment. I just thought I lost this. That don't come out. It just got stuck up in there. And now this thing is just a pain in the butt. So I actually do kind of want to get some lithium grease on this, because this thing don't, to get some lithium grease on this, how do I do that? Can I even get this out of there? Yes, like I said, yes, everything comes out. Everything comes out. So this was the tool to actually bugger that out of there. So we're gonna come here. Holy Toledo, like 50 minutes later. Am I still recording this? Heck yeah. Oh man, I mean, but this struggle is real. I mean, this is why some people make tutorials and I make actual videos of like, this is life. This is exactly what life is. Because this side is just garbage. And at the end of the day, I don't mind just damaging this side at all, because the other side's at least got the spring on it. And we'll at least have a spring. Now this piece should just come out. There you go, perfect. It came just a little bit more pressure. And because we got to get some lithium grease on here and get this sucker out. Now it's not. Now you know, same issue with the other thing. It's so it dropped low. So I actually have to drop low and get it on there, and then keep pushing it. Shoot. That's a bummer. I mean, if it's a fancy fork, you don't want to just be doing that. That's dumb. But at the end of the day, so now what we want to do is we at least want to get some hella lithium grease, you know, going on that thing. And we'll take out this. We'll get a dollop of lithium grease going. That should be plenty. But it's already going to have oil in it. But yeah, the oil is still not, it's not slippery. You need something slippery. And I might be totally wrong. I might be as wrong can get. But we're going to go for it. We're going to get just a lot of lithium grease on here. Now, don't get it in your ports. That's dumb. Oh, wrong thing anyway. Well, yeah, we're going to get this. We're going to get this going. And we're just going to dollop the lithium grease on here. Yeah, the reason your bike pump doesn't work is because you don't have lithium grease. So you need to get lithium grease or get that pH grease. I swear pH grease is probably identical to lithium, but it's two different compounds. Lithium is actual lithium, where pH grease, well, that's see how I just get that lithium grease working in there, and it just slides so much better. This thing had just so much friction. So at the end of the day, this is, if you're doing a fork overhaul, keep all the oil in it. You know what I mean? If you can get all these parts out, but you can't, so you have to do new oil. But now it just makes sense. As long as you know what's physically going on and how to make things better, well, hell yeah, just a little bit of grease. So now we're going to come in here, and we're going the wrong direction with this, but that, no, that's not fine. So we got to slide it in this way, and then, you know, push in on that side, and just get our, well, we kind of have two tools. Like, where's that other tool? Where's that other tool that we were using to clean the darn thing? It's right here. And so we can push it in. So now we can push this in all the way, and check it out. So it's actually really hard to get it all the way in there. So we're gonna have to come here. This is where you might need your pencil. Just don't break off the pencil lead in it. But yeah, you have to lift it up to get it to actually go through the hole. There you go. So now it's going through the hole. Perfect. And now we can lithium grease that lower tube. See how we're lithium greasing that? And it's just going to feel so much better. Yes, you are going to oil it and put the right amount of oil in it. But at the end of the day, if this thing can't just do its thing, you're toast from the get-go. Am I gonna say that's enough lithium? Nope. I mean, we're going, and because I just want to now see if I could actually kind of damage the thing. Just by putting too much lithium grease in there, where, darn it, that's the second time I dropped it. So let's get something underneath there so we don't just drop it again in the same spot. Okay, since I dropped it, I probably have to just get rid of all the grease off of it. And, okay, one more time. We're just going to get a lot of grease on there. Perfect. We're going to slide it in and get it all the way to the bottom. Okay, see, now that we know what we're doing, we can just kind of go fast now. See, this is the good part about, you know what I mean, about life, is like you get to develop systems, and once you do, you're just money, honey. You know what I mean? You just know what you're doing. So then you can actually make good tutorials. But what I'm making is just hella long tutorials, actual life situations where you're just like, yeah, that would be me. See, even my little tool is making a suction cup. Pops right in and out. Okay, so again, look how that fork now works. It works so much smoother. Like at the end of the day, this is what I do. Like your shifter housing, you get a cable in there, and if it's rough as hell, you know what I mean, you did it wrong, you cut it wrong, get new shifter housing, get a new cable. But all that friction is just going to add up. And even this, there's something catching on it that I do not like. It's kind of interesting. But this is the one with the little Allen key. This is the one with the hole. I'm just going to put that in there to get some traction. But yes, I do not know. There's just a real garbage place in there that it's wanting to hang up. And I absolutely do not know why. So we're gonna go one more time and figure out why that fork just has a lot of corrosion. So if I did come through here and clean out this stanchion tube, you know, you can remove these. You can grip them somehow and then actually maybe unthread them from no, I don't know. I think they're a pressed fit. I think it's one and done. But I bet you might be able to replace. No, this is what it is. This is from the factory. If you want to buy this whole thing new, yeah, it's you have to spend like $70. But we're going to do it one more time because for whatever reason, that just feels like hell. See how it's just all, see, it catches and then just won't go. I don't know why it's hanging up. So yeah, one more time, one more batch of lithium grease. And I caught it that time. Yeah, see, there's no grease on that bear. Yeah, but there's no oil in here either. Let's see. And it just takes a while to get enough grease all the way down in there. And I went the wrong direction. Oh, but that's fine. There's enough on here that I don't know. Should I go the... Yeah, maybe I'll go the wrong direction because this will get the grease all the way down to that very last little spot. And maybe that's a good thing. So we're just going to come all the way down here and just go all the way to the bottom. There you go. So now that grease is at the bottom. Let's see if I can actually get the darn thing out. Yep. And I'll just kind of go back and forth. There's still grease on there. Now I'm going to do it right. Okay. Get my tool going. Okay, yep. Get the pencil, because you got to lift it up. I don't know if you can see that at all, but you got to lift it up and get it through the port, through the hole. And shoot, I should probably take this nut off. Damn, because that's just going to hang up on stuff. So if I can remind myself, you don't want to be scratching that tube up. Holy hell. But yeah, it still feels awful. But maybe with the right amount of oil, that will be just fine. So at the end of the day, that was probably where we're having issues. We were having issues over here. We were kind of having issues in two places. But we got rid of all this. And we put this back in and it still didn't work. Because there was so much friction here. So we're going to get a little more white lithium grease and we're going to call this puppy. Hell yeah. All right, I'm just a greasy animal right now. You know what I mean? A human being. Okay, so last time we're gonna, or maybe we're just done. Okay, so that's all. We're set. So now we're going to put this thing back together. And if we can, now we're going to do this over here. So we're just going to get a little more grease on this. And I'm going to clean these ports because I just don't want those ports to be... You don't want grease on those ports because that's where all the oil is going through. And if it don't go through nicely, I'm even going to come in here and just get rid of that oil. I mean, get rid of that lithium grease. That was a dumb place probably to put grease. But at the end of the day, you got a lot going on. This is bathed in oil, but you still need a little bit of grease. And grease ain't going to like melt in the oil. You know what I mean? If it's bathed in oil, you're still going to have grease right there. It's still tacky to the surface. And your oil ports are still going to work. Okay, we just want to make sure this goes in and we're good to go. So yeah. All right, perfect. So that's screwing in. And holy hell, that is... Shoot, am I buggering up the threads? I need to go in reverse because something's not going right and my back hurts, and that might be a good indication that we're messing something up. So I'm just going to try to back this out. Oh, this is the one that's kind of real sticky. So and we're going to come in here and just use some more of that lithium grease on those. You probably need actual grease for this, but I don't know. Maybe I want to clean this off. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll clean that off and then just use the normal bearing grease just on that part. Holy Toledo. I really need to I need that spare grease rag. I think one of these is just solid grease. There we go. Yeah, I just need to clean this up. Get some fresh oil. What am I saying? Get some fresh bearing grease. That's the hardest thing about making videos, is just like, yeah, I'll just say something, and it won't make any sense. Man, this is the thickest grease on the planet, and that's all right. You know, at the end of the day, it's probably pretty decent. Okay. So now this is just gonna spin to win. Catch a thread. We caught a thread, and now we can just get it going. And we're gonna have to take it out to put all the oil in, but we're gonna have to put this back in to get the bottom on and tightened up, because it makes it all lengthen out the most it can lengthen out. And it would be nice if I had a tool to do this faster, but hey, this is pretty fast, and I'm not ruining this plastic. And wow, I learned a lot about forks today. And the most incredible thing is troubleshooting. Is like, why is this fork... It didn't need new seals. Like at the bike shop, I'm just, oh yeah, you need new seals. You know what I mean? No, you need someone to rip it apart and grease, put lithium grease on it. You know what I mean? And then the oil wasn't the issue, even though you can get new oil. But at the end of the day, it was just like, shoot, this thing is just friction. It's just metal on rubber. Rubber and metal, you know what I mean? That sounds like, what does that sound like? Well, that sounds like a V-brake. Hey, that's metal on rubber. That'll stop you. So obviously, it was just seized up in there. Okay, so this looks nice. And I went online, and you just need some zero weight. All RockShox are just zero weight oil. I forget the other number. It's like 0 weight 16, 0 weight 20, 0 weight 30. I don't know. It's one of those, but I can just get that in just a huge amount. I can get a whole quart for under $5. You know what I mean? $4.99 at Napa Auto Parts. And that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you don't need anything fancy. Okay, so that's in there. And so now I'll do this again. Whoo-wee. And okay, so there you go. You got threads there, you got threads there, and we're gonna try to pop this baby in place. So we need our 2 screws. See, I almost lost all this stuff. And these screws, it looks like they don't need grease. This one, well, it's got like it's got something that makes it not all right, slow down. So this one has, you know what I mean? It says, hey, I don't want to come out. It's got that stuff on it, and this one doesn't. You know, I wanna tune this bike again. So we're just gonna put a little bit in there. I just don't want these season up on me. Okay, but this is the one with the, oh shoot. So now I gotta like kind of tap it in place, push it in there, because I need to get this to catch. Because that's not catching. How about this one? We'll find out. I bet you I can catch this one. All right, just go easy, go easy. Feel if you can catch it. All right, so I caught this one. So that one's in. That one's in and on. And perfect. I'm just going to pull it until it goes. There you go. All right, it's flat, it's bottomed, it's nice and tight. Now this one, oh, heck, well, this one I can't catch. So check this out. This is what you would do. You would get a threaded rod, and then you would just thread it in there and then pull on it a little bit. You know what I mean? But there you go. You just push on it and it'll catch. Oh, darn it. And did this, yeah, this is the one with a little bit of grease. So we're just going to push on it until it, well, we're just going to preload it that way and then just catch a thread. Okay, I think we caught a thread. Perfect. This thing's going back together. You know what I mean? 2 years ago, I would have hella not wanted to do this. I wouldn't have had the mindset. But kind of with the engineering mindset and the idea of just friggin' going for it. You know, nothing to lose on this. And it really is. You know, the fact that I can go online and buy my brother another $100 fork and install it real easy, because I know that. I know that knowledge down to a T. But I don't know anything about taking apart a fork. And yes, you can watch a video on taking it apart, but if you don't take it apart yourself and have those pieces go everywhere and figure out how it works, you know, you're not going to get the experience. There's nothing that's going to be quite like doing it yourself. Because, yeah, it's like anything. It's like, you know, just like brain surgery. You know what I mean? You got to see one, and then you got to do one, and then you got to teach one. And what I do is I'm teaching myself at the same time, making a video, showing myself mess up, and I can watch this and be like, whoa, yeah, obviously you didn't know what you were doing. And Blue's Clues, you're like, yeah, that thing didn't fall out, and you know, it was still in there. Okay, so we're gonna bring this down, and there's no oil in it yet, but shoot, it should work. Hell yeah. So it's like brand new. You know what I mean? So that's amazing. At the end of the day, you can just be like, screw it. Don't put any oil in it. And then just do this. And then literally, every time you go ride, just put a little white lithium grease. But like I said, this oil thing ain't doing anything. So the spring is the spring part. This oil is your like rebound. Your spring, you're just going to be bouncing down the road with the spring. You're going to be like, whoa, you're going to hit a jump and it's going to pogo stick you. So your whole front end's just like a pogo stick. But what you want is when you pogo down, you want that oil to transfer from this lower chamber to the upper chamber. So then on the way up, you're sucking all that oil through. Then you're actually pushing the oil up and then through an over assist back down. So pogo stick compared to pogo down, pushing oil into this upper chamber and then pushing back on this oil for a slow return. So that's because else you just have a pogo stick. You know, you just be pogoing down the trail. But now you are pushing down. That oil is transferring from this lower chamber to the upper chamber, and it might not be very much. It's only 4 ounces, but hell, I bet you could squish 4 ounces. And then on the way back up, well, now it's pushing the oil up and through a little hole back into that chamber. So there you go. I think that's a hell of a good explanation, and I wouldn't have been able to give you that explanation if I hadn't taken this thing apart. But we're gonna get it back in. And so now what we want to do is we want to do our 10 mils of oil. So we're gonna put 10 mils of oil into these two little ports. So again, we're going to, well, I might have to get on a ladder, but maybe I'll just put it on the ground. Well, I just want to get all ready because I got to go to the hardware store. I got to go to Napa Auto Parts and get that oil. But yeah, so I'll just put 10 mils right there, 10 mils right there, and I can weigh it out. And I need a little syringe, and I'll get a syringe from, unless I have some of this stuff. I've got a bleed kit in here, but this is for, this, you know, I have a syringe, but I don't want to mess up my syringes. And syringes are just so cheap, and I know exactly where to get them. They're at that farm and ranch supply store called Murdoch's. So where you take care of your horses and your cows and your animals and your pigs, they've got little syringes for $1. I'll just buy like 4 of them, just have them. Okay. Because we need to get 10 mils in both of these, flip it upside down, and then get 100. And guess what? We're done. But the cool part's already over. We know it works now. It just works 100%. Okay. So I'm going to switch up batteries, go to the store, and come back with that oil. All right, sorry for the low quality, but this guy, Shox, Dart 3 service and repair, how to tear down, you know what I mean? That fork and many more. This guy's just genius. And so anyway, he's putting 10 millimeters and 10, so in the bottom, at the end, he's putting 10 milliliters in both tubes. And right here and right there. And if I come over here, just sorry, this is just garbage. You're just hearing, but anyway, we can go to, so here you go. Here's an actual, maybe a spec, but so you're putting 20 on the spring side, 20 milliliters of oil on the spring side. Now this is 15 weight, because maybe this is an older Shox, 2008, and 15 weight oil on the lower, and then on the upper, some lightweight stuff, 5 weight oil. But guess what? So Shox, you know, just for the other thing, oil weight on Shox, it says, yeah, we're all using 0 weight 30 is the new equivalent for that 15 weight original. It replaces it. You know what I mean? Since 2010, we're just using 0 weight 30. So I can just get that at the auto parts store. But anyway, so I'm just going to use 0 weight 30 at the auto parts store, put 20 in the spring leg, and then 10 milliliters in the drive side, and 93 milliliters in the upper tube. Maybe 100, you know what I mean? Just go for it. Just go for it. And how am I going to weigh that? Well, because I don't have like a milliliter. You know, I'm not making meth in my house, so I don't have any of that chemistry stuff. But hell, look at this. 0 weight 30 converter. I just looked it up on Google. So 9 grams is going to be that 10 milliliters. And guess what? We switched this to 85 grams is going to be 100 milliliters. So we're going to put 85 grams in the upper, and then we're going to do 9 grams in the damper side, and then probably 18. And then so this is Harbor Freight. This is such a cool tool. Maybe get some light in here. I don't know if you can see a damn thing. But basically, we got grams, and this thing's real accurate in grams. So we're going to use this to measure our oil, and I got to get those syringes, so I'll be right back. Heck yeah, got some juice. All right. So we got the right oil, you know what I mean? We got 0 weight 30, just to make sure, right? Okay, and here we go. And we got all these syringes, Buco, you know what I mean? And we got 3 mil, a 20, a 60, a 35. You know, I put a little grease in there if I want to. But yeah, it got some cool stuff. So we'll just do the 20 because we need 20 in one and then, you know, 10 in the other. So we don't even have to weigh that in grams. We can just suck and go. And you know what I mean? Shake out all the pulp. Okay, it's all evenly mixed. And all the sediment. You know what I mean? Whatever they put in this oil, make it all slick. Okay. And shoot, I'm not going to be able to reach in there. You know, holy Toledo, you're really going for it, aren't you? You're going to try to do, you know, too much at once. Okay, well, let's see. Can you suck up? There you go. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you're not making a total mess. Now, did you get enough? Did you get enough? Hey, you got 10. You got 10. Perfect. Okay. So you got 10 mils in there. Oh, and here's another good way to measure it. Just go down to 20. Probably right around there, you know what I mean? Because that plunger thing. Yeah, so you definitely got over 10 mils. So, you know, perfect. And we'll go this way. And yeah, that says exactly 10 mils. So this way, it's, you know what I mean, right to that top of that rubber. Sure, okay. But hey, we got that going. And we honestly need to get our tourney. And we need to go to our, okay, this is our damper side. Our damper side's right there. Come down here. Because we only need that 10 mil of fluid in the damper side. So we're going to open this puppet back up. And we just put 10 mils right into here. But thank goodness we have a, you know, thank goodness I live in Montana where we got a farm and ranch supply store. It's the hey, should I just drop that right in that hole? Holy Toledo, just rattles all through the frame, just catches the hole that, you know, in the weld hole. That'd be insane. Whew, cover this up. Don't want this just to fall over. Okay, but now we got our little syringe. Put a little finger over it, make sure it don't come out. Climb on up our little sketch ladder. And booyah. So can you see? Heck yeah, I got nice and low. And we're just gonna squishy. Oh man, I feel like it ain't going in. You know what I mean? I feel like it ain't going in. Like there's no, that's not going in. I don't even know. And I feel like if I squeeze it, it's gonna squeeze into my eye. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm going to try to get the other one. I don't think it's really necessary to get oil in the bottom of it. I don't know. Maybe it totally is. I thought oil just, you know, bathed all throughout here. So we're going to take off this one. Because we got to put oil in here too. But there's just no gap. I don't know. It's just all tight. Okay, so we got that one. All right, big steps. I don't even know where I put the other screw. You know what I mean? That's maddening. Where you just like, I just did one thing, and I put it in the dumbest spot. Obviously, I put it in a spot where I can't see it. But yeah, what happened to that other screw? You know what I mean? Just like that. Okay, did I put it right there? Sure, I put it right there. Okay, maddening. All right, well, let's see if that freed anything up. I don't think so. And this is real hard to you know what I mean, to actually push back and forth. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to get that screw back in, and we're going to hammer on it. Because somehow we got to get some juice. We got to get that 10 mils. I don't think we need to at all. But, so we're just going to screw this in. Hopefully I can get it with my hand, because I really don't want to go over there. Okay, that's plenty. Maybe it's not. Maybe I can catch more threads. There you go. All right, so, and now I need to pop that sucker out with this. Man, it's way up high. And my knee hurts. Well, my knee's just full of fluid. It is just all arthritis or something. Something's wrong with it. Okay, I'm going to put it right back there. I'm going to forget about it, though, again. Put that there. I'm going to forget about that. So that's the best thing to do. If you're putting something down, just say you're going to forget it, because then you'll remember saying you're going to forget it, and you'll know exactly where it was or is. All right, let's see if I can get 10 mils in here now. Not really. This is crazy. Okay, there you go. So I'm just going up and down with it. Yep, just up and down a little bit. There you go. I mean, I guess it's all you can do. At the end of the day, it's all you can do. So it helps to push down, fill it up, and then pull up on it. And it seems to get the oil in there. So that's a good little technique. But wow, slow as, you know what I mean? But we're getting a milliliter at a time. It takes about 10 times to do this. Probably get half a milliliter each time I pull up and then push down. Just total madness. But we're getting it in there. We're getting our, we're doing it right. We're doing exactly what the specs say. I mean, for whatever reason, it seems like, you know, it's madness putting these forks together. You think like you're doing something wrong. I just remember you're just like, no way am I going to put oil in there. Well, are you going to not put oil? Because then it's really not going to work. But it just seems like you're going to mess it up. You know what I mean? Putting 10 milliliters in here, you're just like, I don't know. I mean, but obviously, if you put 10 milliliters of dirt in here, then you got a problem. But you're putting juice in. You know what I mean? It's like gas in a car. Okay, so that went in. And I'm satisfied. But before I do anything, let's get this thing filled up. So we're going to shake and bake. Whoa! It's damaging the oil. Whoa, shoot. I got to clean that up. But the oil is mixing with that syringe. Make sure it didn't get on the boat. That would really damage. I don't know where all that oil went, man, but it shot. Whoa, 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 whoa. So that was dumb. I should have done it right into the garbage can. But what I'm witnessing is I think this oil is damaging the plastic. So we're gonna come in here because this plastic is no longer. Look at it, it's damaging. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just making stuff up, but I swear that's what it felt like. You know, and that's what, like, you know what I mean? When two of these substances, they don't mix, well, okay, well, let's, man, this is the dumbest thing. I don't know why I'm doing it like this, but I'm good. I can actually see it, so we're good. We're just sucking and going. Dumbest idea ever to do it this way. But yeah, let's see if I can get all that 20. No, I can't. I can get 10 at a time. So we'll just do 10 at a time. Yeah, just pop this air out. There you go. Oop, oop, oop. Yeah, it's real lightweight oil. That's for sure. Okay, so we have 12. We got 12 and we'll do 8. Because this is kind of getting to be madness. Hopefully this just drops right in. You know what I mean? No big deal. And it doesn't. Damn it. So this is just as crazy. So I'm going to push down. Nope, nope, nope. And then pull up. So I'm going to push down, give it a... Oh, now I'm just getting oil in my hand. Damn it. Okay, don't want that. Okay, glove off. Shoot. I mean, not that it's toxic, but it probably is. You know what I mean? It's probably not something you want to get on you. I mean, it's super synthetic. And am I getting oil all over the brake pads? Holy, if I did this, I put little plastic bags around the brake pads. And let's just do that right now. What are you thinking? I don't know. I mean, just this? What are you thinking? And we got those scissors. Yeah, the scissors were like right here. I cut the foam. There's the foam. There's the scissors. I'm probably just wasting everyone's time here, but because I don't even know if this is gonna work. But there you go. I'm just gonna get a little bit of plastic around there, and maybe I can just come over here. No, this is a dumb idea. Okay, fair enough. So that actually did work. So you come in here, just get a little piece of plastic, and just go all the way around it. And now we need a couple rubber bands, which I know exactly where they are. Wow, I do not know where the rubber bands are. Man. Whoa. I mean, usually the rubber bands are just right in here. You just have like just a million rubber bands. Yeah, just like that. Okay, grab a couple rubber bands. And you should always grab one more than what you're gonna use, especially if it's something cheap. If it's under $1, grab like twice as many of them, because even if you never get them back, because I'm just gonna ruin one of these rubber bands and I'll have to go grab another one. Okay, there you go. So covering the plastic breaks. See, what a waste of time, you know what I mean? But if you've already spent 5 hours, you know what I mean, on something, and that piece of plastic's got a hole anyway, so. But there you go. Little plastic baggies for the whatever, you know what I mean? What glove had oil on it? These gloves are good to go. But what a pain. It's so hard to get any sort of oil in the bottom of these. And there's oil on that. I'm going to grab a rag so then if it does spill, I can sop it up. Okay. But yeah, this is the oiliest oil. And I'm going to tighten that. Okay, push down, a little bit of oil. Oh, perfect. Now it might just be going. I've been pushing down for quite a bit. And it's still going. Maybe none's coming out and it's just ready to kill me. But there you go. Just drop at a time. Okay, so now we'll just do it. Oh, too much. Oh, that's what was happening. It might have been, so we're just going to go, and if it gushes out, see it started to gush out, and then we'll just do it again until it gushes out, maybe. Go until it gushes out, and then push it down, push it in. Weird. But yeah, it's kind of like making a bubble right at the top. So that's what was the issue. But this needs 20 and I haven't even gotten 5 in. You know what I mean? This is pretty crazy. And this is the spring side. I mean, this is the side that's got that rubber stopper, but seriously. Oh, maybe it's just making a bubble. So I'm just going to breathe into it and then push it in. Oops. Yeah, it's just making a bubble right there. So maybe that was the deal. That's why it's like hard to get in there. So a couple techniques. All right. Let's fill this puppy up again. It's real difficult. Holy Toledo. So I'm just gonna get it right on the edge, and then pull it up with my fingers because we need 8 more millimeters. I think we got 8. I think we got more than 8. Hell yeah, we got more than 8. Okay, so we're just gonna... Here's a way to get out the air. Just put it in a rag Go all the way up. Get that air bubble right there. There you go. So now you're pushing the oil into the rag, and now you're just good to go. Now we'll go down to 8, which is probably like right there. You know, we can go under. I mean, it was saying 10 in each, and we already did, you know what I mean, more than enough. So we're putting, hopefully not too much oil in this side. Using that breathing technique. Oops. And where's our other rag? Grab the other rag. All right, but I'm just so satisfied because we're basically done. We're just putting the juice in, and but wow, what a process. Okay, that's going pretty good. Sweet, it's going real good. Okay, hell yeah. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I didn't put way more than 20, but oh, and shoot, there's my grease gun. I was like, where the hell was that? So yeah, it's a terrible spot for the garbage. Just like run under all your important tools. Let's maybe throw that like right there. So now we're good. This is the one that had the oil in it. And I don't know where to put it. But okay, we're good to go. Our hands are just really oily. But what are you going to do? We'll switch gloves. Okay, so we're just going to... Ooh, I just dumped my finger into that oil, into that grease. Okay, these are just as oily. All right, whatevs. Let's put the screws back in. And this one goes over here. Holy Toledo, just oil dripping everywhere. Yeah, I'd probably only put 10. It said 10, and then that little website said 20, so whatever. And put 20 in. Okay, bottom that out. All right, let's see if we can catch this one. I think we can. Yeah, perfect. Man, this feels brand new. You know what I mean? I bet you when they put it together, they didn't put it together this well. But it's all machined, so everything is got super good tolerances. See, I love that. I love how, like, it's just not put together well. It's not that it isn't quality. It's just someone didn't put it together maybe the way it should, because they didn't have the right grease in there. They didn't use white lithium grease on any of that. They just threw it together, maybe threw some oil. That side was just totally dry. I bet you they put just a smidgen of grease that never even saw that rubber down there. So this fork was just doomed from the start. Okay. So there you go. I'm sure we're gonna make more of a mess. So let's get this thing flipped around. I mean, I can't even get off my gloves because that oil, especially like on the nitrile, it just changes it. So oil and plastics don't mix. You know, it'll ruin plastics. That's why even in the syringe, it like really didn't, it felt like it was ruining that syringe. Okay, now we need this, but not that huge one, this one. So now we have the spring side. That side's basically done. And now we have the damper side. And so we're going to open this back up. And heck, it's all grease. It's just super nice. You can do it with your fingers. It's not going to come off on a ride, though. And all right, doing pretty good. I mean, I can't go any faster. So if you're doing something like this, it's more just about the flow. You know what I mean? Can you do it the same every time? And can you just not care? If you can't care, You know what I mean? I did so well in track my senior year because all I wanted to do was road bike. But I had to do track too, and I just could care less about it. And I was just like, okay, I'll run 2 miles, I'll run a mile, and I'll run as fast as I can ever run. But I just could care less. I could care less about the whole thing. The whole thing was just solipsism. I was just in a dream. I was just like, yeah, my body's doing one thing, but my mind just really doesn't want to be here. But if I'm going to be here, I'm just gonna run faster than you. You know what I mean? And I did really good that year, just from not caring. So if I cared a lot about turning this thing, it would just be a pain in the butt. And we're right at that point where it's probably already done, and I'm just turning and telling a story. So here we go. So now we got the oil in here, and now, I mean, what do we do? Do we take it out and then put the oil in? I think we do. I don't think we just put the 100 mils and just in there. I think we take the whole thing out and then do 100 mils of this oil. And then we're good to go. And we're just going to pour it in. And I got a little cup for that. So, and I might switch gloves. But, so here we go. And we already did it. We need 85 grams because this stuff is lightweight. It's the lightest weight oil you can get. It's 0 weight. It has no weight. So these things are just going to be exactly our ticket. We're going to make a little funnel right there. And we're going to put it in here and we're going to get 83 grams. And this is like the fastest part of this whole thing. As long as I don't have to, as long as I can pour correctly. I'm going to get over here because we're just about there. 84. Oop, 85. Perfect. Okay, and that's actually plenty, if not too much oil, because it only, actually the specs call for 94 milliliters, and I measured, this is 100 milliliters right here. And that's basically the oil that we kicked out. But yeah, that just looks drinkable. That looks like a good, like a good apple juice, like a good cider. So that was the oil that we kicked out. Now, is that the same amount? No, they hardly put any oil in. You know what I mean? And another reason it just wasn't working properly. Okay, so I don't even need to use other gloves. We're just going to pour this sucker in. And then we're just going to throw this away. You know, at the end of the day, it'll dry up. It's not going to... but anyway, I think you get what I'm getting at. And I know it's in there. If I need to reuse it again, I will. So I'm just going to tip it upside down, and there you go. Get these puppies on. Wow, we're almost done. And we learned a lot today. Like, I never thought I would put this together like a pro. You know what I mean? Actually learn a ton about these forks. I just thought, well, maybe it's not going to work. You never know. Because now that oil, so see how it's, see how it's locked out? This is perfect. It's making a perfect seal. So again, we already went over that idea of the video. But now we need to turn this so the oil actually shoots through. Because look, it's perfectly locked out. So now we know that function is going to work. So we get our lockout tool. And now we go the other way. See, you hear that open. You hear the airflow. And now it's going to sink down. Oh my God. That part of the video, if I ever do a good job of editing things down to about 2 minutes, that was just gold right there. The exactly what you want. Paired up with that other part of the video that makes it make sense. Okay, but now it's juiced up, and we're going to tighten it in, and we got the right amount of oil. And essentially, this whole thing, if you think about it, is just like your bike pump. You know what I mean? If your bike pump's not working and you just got hard rubber on a dry chamber, well, hey, get some white lithium grease in there, and then your pump will start working. And you can't get a perfect seal. It'll just start leaking out everywhere. So, yeah, if your lockout's not working, make a perfect seal. Man, there was this... I love old guys that have a lot of money. It's just like, hey, I spent a lot of money on this bike and it don't work. Well, it's just like, that's white collar problems. You know what I mean? What you should be doing, you know, what the universe is teaching you is like, hey, try to do it yourself. Learn something yourself. I bet you could take it apart yourself. Now, your warranty is going to be void probably if you take it apart yourself because you're you know, you get what I'm getting at. But yeah. So he's going to take it in for the second time. Now, you know, at the end of the day, you're just trying to create a perfect seal. So when you cut that off and it's the rubber seal that's holding all the oil in. And then you open it, and then it's got an air chamber to go through. It's not the air chamber that's not sealing off. Guarantee it. It's the plunger that's not making a perfect seal. So get some white lithium grease on there, even though it's just bathed in all that oil. Like, it's still got that white lithium grease. And hopefully hopefully that'll mix with the lightweight oil and not just turn into something funny. But that grease should stay put and really help it out. And now I kind of get it. Like, my dad really likes to work on cars, and that's just what he had in the day. And my older brother did too. But I like bikes, you know what I mean? There's just as much on a bike as there is a car, and vice versa. And it's just the zen of life. You're learning about life, you know, doing this stuff. Because he took a big break from cars, and then he kind of got back into it, and I was just like, why the heck would you work on a car? You know what I mean? But then working on this bike is just like, life is all about not saying why would you do it. It's almost like, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you take a risk? I'm trying to take more risks in life, and we're just going to make sure this is just nice and not overly tight. And we're basically done. We're going to get this lockout in here. And look, the cap's basically in the same spot. And, get our fancy tool. So we're going to have to take these gloves off because they're just super greasy. And, wow. You know, it's all coming together. There's one little tab on the bottom that we need to get. But this is this ring. So we're just going to slide it in place, open it up. And let's see. Can we catch it? Can we catch it? Man, it seems like it don't want to go or something. It seems like it's all just juiced out. Like, it's just like, I'm done. Holy hell. Like, it is. It's juiced out. It's lost all its springiness. So we actually need to come in here and and give it some more springiness. That's crazy. So we're just going to come in here with some pliers. And yeah, we got to fatigue the metal the other way. Get it all nice and tight. And then, and maybe don't do much of anything. Just open it up and shove it on. So you hardly want to open this thing. You know, just enough so you can shove it on. And I guess we'll go this direction. So just enough to shove it on and just to get around there. Perfect. And again, that's crazy. This thing is it's already sprung. That's so dumb. But we don't need it well, you do, because that's such a bummer. So, but that's all right, because we have these other tools, and some go the other direction. This spreads. So we want one that shrinks it. So what do we got here? We need to take this one off. And how do you take them off? Oh, this is cool. It goes all the way there and then it slides out. So that's a real nifty pin. And I think we just put it in the top. So now it'll go the other direction. Just imagine that. I mean, that was, I don't know why it's going to go the other direction, but it just seems natural now. Okay. And then we're going to try to, oh, no, that's not what we wanted. We want to go, when we do this, we want it to go in. So we want it to go this way. Oh, so there you go. It's back here. So these are spread out, and now we go in. Hey, we're learning stuff. Okay, this drops in, and that slots. Okay. Oh, yeah, these are super cheap. Oh, and we didn't get it. We didn't get it right. So, and we just dropped that. But that goes right there. The pin goes through. Yeah, what a cool design. You know, for something cheap, I got a lot of options. It takes about 3 minutes to set up, but once you do, you got the tool. Okay, and now we're just going to try to squeeze the hell out of this. It's already sprung. That sucks. This C-clamp is just shot. So maybe we'll take it to the hardware store and get a new one. So that's total bummer. And you know, at the end of the day, I just maybe put a little piece of no, you don't want to get too crazy. I was gonna say put a little JB Weld underneath this cap so it doesn't fly off. But bummer. I don't think there's any way to actually get it taut to like past its point of but hey, maybe that's all it was doing. Like it's on there and it ain't coming off anyway. So the second this just peels off, I'm sure the bike shop's got another one of those. And I can make one out of wood. You know what I mean? My brother does that all the time. It's kind of fun. Okay, so we're basically done with this tool. We're going to put it back. But that's a great tool in there. That's just a really good tool. And it don't fit no more. So we are just going to, I think it don't fit because it's all wonky. There you go. So we just got to take all that stuff out. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. So that's our special box of tools. We got this lockout on. The other thing was we needed to get this. So I swear we were already on this. So you just stick this in and just see where you're at. Oh, no. We were on hair. So we were right over there. Because now we can go all the way to turtle and we go all the way to hair. And that's as far as it can go. You know, you can pop this. Well, let's not pop it out again. But, okay, perfect. So it's just in there and it's just oiling everywhere. So let me get the gloves on. Wow, but this thing, we're done. So we did it. Let's get all the extra oil off. We're gonna check it. There's no reason to put all the wheels on and take off our brakes if we got to do anything different. But shoot. Okay, it's okay, there you go. Yeah, I think the oil is working in. And man, I'm just squeaking. I'm squeaking. Go back about 3 seconds. Holy Toledo. Okay. Okay, so maybe it's like too much oil. I don't know, but maybe it feels okay. It's got too much dampening. So here you go. Here's your preload. So we're gonna back that off all the way. Okay, yeah. So there you go. And we're just gonna do this all the way. You know what I mean? Because remember we wanted to test it out or see what this did. So you come in here and you can just tighten that, and it goes a long way. That's why you're just like, what does that thing do? Well, it screws in a piston about 1/2 inch. You know what I mean? It puts like a 100-pound rider on it, and then you know what I mean? So it turns your weight of like 150 into 250 just by screwing this thing in and preloading it. And it gets harder to turn before it probably bottoms out, but. Yeah, like, I don't think I can turn it no more, but that's plenty. I think that's plenty to get the idea. And, yeah, now it's, like, super stiff. Because it's preloaded. Okay, but this whole fork was having issues anyway. So we are going to just loosen this cap all the way back. Back it all the way out. But at least we got the fork to work, and we're going to test out the lockout. Okay. Yeah, and maybe that's good. Maybe once we get on, you know, it doesn't feel supple. But I guess if you're hitting a big old bump, you know what I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. And then it's supposed to rebound. So this says preload, not rebound. And this is rebound. So now we're going to go to the other. We're going to go to the snail. It's the turtle. Okay, so the turtle is just crap. It really doesn't want to go. So yeah, the turtle just makes it feel awful. So there is something wrong with it. Because going to that turtle just makes it hell. And so now we're going to go back to the rabbit. And okay, it works all right. And maybe there's too much oil in there. I don't know. I mean, it works, but it doesn't feel that great at all. So we'll go back to the lockout. So now it's locked out. Oh no, now it's, oh no, it was locked. Shoot, I was doing that all on the lockout. Holy hell. Okay, hopefully I just didn't ruin the fork. Okay, so, my goodness. Okay, that's the thing. You live and learn. You know what I mean? You got to make mistakes. I ain't firing myself. I'm literally, if you don't, like, that's a mistake you just make. Like, I was testing the fork and I was testing the fork on lockout. Okay, so now it's real springy. You know what I mean? So I probably just damaged it because I had it on lockout and I was like, shoot, I can still push it down. Well, I'm just ruining the seals. Whatever. You know what I mean? So if it's on lockout, yeah, it's fairly locked out, just with a little bit of juice. But yeah, obviously, you can push the oil past that seal. But okay, so here's what it is. So this is what we did. We restored the fork. So now it's just juicy. Yeah, it feels like a fork. You know what I mean? Going over little bumps. Okay, am I still filming? Holy Toledo. My battery life's about shot, but that's so funny because now it's really okay. Is it springy? Does it feel like a pogo stick? Yeah, it wants to shoot you back. And so now we're gonna go to turtle, and now the rebound should be a lot slower. Holy Toledo! See, that's like broken. So yeah, holy, turtle is just, there's something wrong with this fork, but there you go. Or maybe it's not. Turtle just cuts off all the flow, so it just don't come back at all. So you got to be real sensitive with it. So we'll go halfway. What's the halfway point? Yeah, and it comes back slower. So this thing, you know what I mean? If you accidentally just turn it just a little bit, so now it comes back faster. And this is, the rebound is fast, is just nice and fast. So yeah, so this rebound, yeah, we'll go back to that, you know what I mean? It ain't coming back up. And then we'll open it up just a little bit. Perfect. So that's probably the slowest you'd want the rebound, where you push it down and it actually comes back up. But I'm learning more about this fork, and now we can just go a little bit more. And yeah, so if you want your rebound to be slow, you want to hit that bump, but then have it low. You don't want to be like, and then try that out. So now you can do some downhill riding, keep your rebound real tight. So then you're going to go over a bump, you're going to jump something, land like cush, but now your bike's basically going to have no suspension until it rebounds itself. So, you know, you can't just... But anyway, I think you get it. We'll just put it on total rabbit, just to make it a pogo stick, just so it feels good. Okay, but now we have to have a good comparison. So now we are going to turn this puppy, because we just didn't turn it, because I want to know what's the most preload you can put on this, because the whole idea is to learn something, and you learn something by doing extremes. You know what I mean? Like, what's it like to go without water for like 3 days? You know what I mean? Or you know, what if I don't sleep for a week? You know, what happens? Okay, and then what if I get just the normal amount of sleep every night? Well, I can take care of my mental illness. You know what I mean? So stuff like that. This is life. You'll learn by maybe stretching the limits. But this really, we know how this works, so it's not really a limit. Okay, that's as far as it goes. So this is like having a 200-pound rider on, because it's all preloaded, and it tightens up that spring. Well, hey, I kind of like it. It's almost the same as dampening. You know, it's just a stiffer spring, and I can go off a bigger jump. Now, look, if I do this, it's still stiffer, but it actually probably feels a lot better. It actually probably functions like a higher quality fork, the fact that it has all that preload. So now we're just going to back it off and then play around with it. You know what I mean? Because even just that's just like way better, or way springier. And so maybe you do want a little bit of rebound. So we did 2, and yeah, maybe that's too much. But again, now we're getting into that just that nice soft feel, going over small bumps. And it's not doing much. It's just shortening the spring. But yeah, maybe somewhere right in there. So we'll go 1, 2. Okay, so that's real fast. 3, 4. Okay, that's just fully out. So that's what I'm gonna give this to my brother. Just super, and it still has a bottom end. You know what I mean? You still have to put a lot of force on to bottom it out. But I'm giving him this fork back super supple. Lockout still works reasonably. Don't go shoving down on it. But now I'm not so scared to maybe like maintenance my other forks, you know, on some of my more expensive bikes. That's the issue. You get a really expensive bike, you're just not going to touch it until things just fall off, because they're just too valuable to mess around and play around with. Okay, I'm going to lose battery life, but I think we can get this kicked out. So we're gonna, I don't know, maybe just use our hands, but we're gonna kick this off. Done with that. Garbage on the floor. I'm done. I'm exhausted. I mean, well, no, I'm not. I'm kind of excited and exhausted at the same time. Levers on the left, unless you're looking at your bike this way, then the levers on the right. Try to push it through so you don't have to like readjust the brake pads, and just get it all the way. Test it out. There you go. We're gonna get this puppy back in. So just pull it out. See where it naturally wants to fall. Just by human nature. I don't know. Shoot, it wants to be right there, and it wants to go through there. It wants to be flat just like that. So yeah, and then it's not twisted up. This goes back in. Well, this is so cool. I don't have to wait or spend $100 and then charge my brother $100. Like, I'll just take this down as a learning experience. You know, I'm only going to charge him just normal price. I could charge him 60 bucks, and then, you know, the chain was 20. I just charge him 80 bucks. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I don't know. Life's been good to me. I can do things for other people, and I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I would want to charge just $100 bill up front. And if he wants to, you know, maybe that's the going rate. Hell, I did a lot of work on this bike. I overhauled his fork. And all I'm charging him is $100, and I only spent $20 in parts. You know what I mean? Obviously, that's a crazy good deal. So I just have to think it through. Be like, yep, this was $100 spot. You know, you have a bike that will just last forever now. Everything works good on it. And you have this fork that, look at that, it just works great. I mean, at least it works like a normal fork. And we'll clean up those tubes just so we get all the grease off, and just make sure I'm still filming. Yeah, we just have such short battery life left. But we're gonna come in here. We're gonna get our gloves on. We're gonna grab, I mean, just anything. But here, we got alcohol. So you just come in here and just hose the thing down with alcohol, because you gotta, okay, mainly on these stanchion tubes, you just don't want any latent grease in there, because that will so just kind of clean them up shiny, because that grease will just attract dirt, and then you'll just be jamming dirt through that seal. But you do want the oil to be on the inside. Yeah, it's interesting. If you're doing a totally dry ride with like no dust in the air, just after a rainstorm like 2 days prior, and you're just out cruising, well, sure, put a little grease right there, a little white lithium, and then work it into your bike frame. And I get that. A kid got 500,000 views by showing that, and it just made sense. Now I'm gonna get 5 views from this video, but it's worthwhile. You know, it's like 3 or 4 hours long. I have no idea. But I'm just glad I was able to do it. Man, I'm probably ran out of battery life already, but I think we still have some battery life left. Double check just in case. 13%. And we'll do a test run so you can actually see it. We'll go up the street. I mean, because I need it. My leg feels like it's ready to explode. My life feels like it's ready to just blow up, just like my knee. Okay. So that's all cleaned up. All the oil is basically off. I'm gonna come in here. I bet you there's oil just right on the bottoms of those. So we're just gonna do that. Just make sure it's not dripping on the wheel, which right there it is. Yeah, so shoot. We gotta come in here and hit the brake pads. Holy hell, that thing was dripping on the rim. So you're just gonna come in there, hit that, and it's probably softening the rubber on the tire. But we're doing good. Hit this rim. I mean, you don't have to go crazy, but you don't want all that oil on your brake pads either. Okay, so that's off. We're still juicing out. We got 11% battery life left. And, okay, I'm gonna get a battery in and we're gonna take this puppy for a spin. Okay, got some new battery and let's do it. Let's do it. Gloves off, make sure the grips stay nice and clean. And okay, and we're basically done. I don't really need to clean up. I don't really want to clean up. This was exhausting, and it's early. You know what I mean? I'll go make some dinner and go to the library, learn some calculus. That's been fun lately. I've been learning dynamics, position, velocity, and acceleration around a circle. So it's been amazing. Okay. Let's hop on and go. All right, I'm just gonna tear my pant leg up, so we're just gonna do this real fast. Okay, and then let's see how this knee does. I need to raise the seat sky high. I don't want to damage my brother's seat, but this thing's got to be at the sky. And there you, holy Toledo, that's too high. I never thought you could put a seat too high. But that one you can't. Okay. Hell yeah. It probably still feels hell on my leg. Yeah, it don't feel good on my knee. But I don't know. What am I doing this test ride for? I'm just seeing if I can bike around. My leg just real hurts. This whole knee is just like super swollen compared to that one. Look at that one. Like this one's pointed and this one's just swollen. I don't know. Like, do I have diabetes? Do I have inflammation? I can't really get a good view of this fork. Is it even working? There we go. Hell yeah, it feels good though. Yeah, let's go over a bump or two. Yeah, this road is closed, but I just don't want to drop onto the knee. You know what I mean? So we'll just go over this bump, just take it nice and easy. Hell yeah, I don't know if you saw that. We'll go over this bump. Hell yeah, it sucked it up. It sucked it up. But at the end of the day, I just gotta go. So here we go. Here we're gonna go over that bump. Hey, that felt pretty good. And we'll go over this bump. Hey, it's decent. It's still a firm fork, but that's what you want. Actually, it feels decent. It feels decent. So yeah, if I just run into that, yeah, it does its thing. It's definitely doing its thing. Yeah, it's taking the load. I'm just really just going for it. Hell yeah. All right, so this fork works. Do one more. Do one more. Here we go. Just drop off this curb. Hell yeah, that fork works. Okay, this is so cool. Well, let's bring it in. Let's bring it in. All right, get it into gear. I really haven't taken this thing for a test ride at all. No, I think I did. I did the other day. We took it for a test ride. Everything works. Okay, but now it's done. Holy hell, that took a while. That thing's brand new. That thing's $1,000 machine. I mean, for $1,000 bucks, this is what you got in 2000. Your $1,000 can probably go a little bit farther. You get disc brakes and stuff, but it is amazing. A Dart 3 total rebuild. This bike's all tuned up from another 5 hours, and I think this took me another 4 or 5 hours just to tackle my first full overhaul on a Shox. But this was perfect, because this is a legit, I guess now any Shox legit. A guy online, he took a full rust bucket and at least lubed it up and got it going. You know what I mean? So that'll be fun to do more in the future. But hey, guess what? That's a video.